You guys ready? I'm rolling.
Yeah,
Ready to go?
Ready?
Yes.
At approximately 7 a.m. this morning, Denton County Sheriff's Office received a 911 call in Lantana. The caller advised that an individual was inside a residence. He was armed, indicated this individual had a drug history, had a violent history, did not live at the residence, and was threatening the homeowners. Deputies arrived, made entry to the residence. At that time, identifying themselves as police officers. Suspect pointed a shotgun, raised the shotgun and pointed it in their direction. Officers immediately returned fire, striking the suspect and killing that suspect. Suspect is a white male, 61 years of age. We're not prepared to release the name yet, pending notification of relatives. We do know that this individual had a history with a family member of people of this house. Was looking for that family member. The officers were unhurt. And at this time, I'm not going to release the names of the officers just yet. We have turned over this investigation to the Texas Rangers, which is pretty standard protocol for officer-involved shootings. And we are going to rely on their investigation. So any details of the investigation will need to go through the Department of Public Safety and the Texas Rangers.
How many officers responded?
We had 2 deputies that entered the house. Both deputies fired their weapons. The investigation will determine, I don't know how many shots were fired. At this time, I don't know if the suspect even fired. As you can see behind me, the crime scene is thoroughly going through the residence. They'll be able to help make that determination. These deputies, both these deputies have about 4 to 5 years experience apiece. In my opinion, they did what they're paid to do, and it's unfortunate. Anytime there's a loss of life, I hate it. I'm thankful the residents are safe and the officers are safe.
Can you say anything about the residents' inside age, or are they a couple, or?
And I don't know that information. I know there were several family members. They were scheduled to leave to go somewhere, so they were preparing to leave when this individual pulled up at the house this morning and had a shotgun in his vehicle. There was another weapon. I don't know what his intent was. That's still part of the investigation that we'll try to look at. We were very fortunate that none of the members of that household were harmed.
Was he a relative?
He had a relationship with a relative, and he was looking for that individual. And thought that individual might be here. So like I said, his intent towards that person, I don't know at this time, but it's still something we're looking into.
Are you familiar with this person? Like, has he been charged with something before?
I am not familiar with him. I've seen his name and his photograph. He does not reside in this county. So he actually, my understanding is he came from another county looking for that family member at this residence.
Can you say what county that is?
Fate, Texas. I don't know what county that's in, to be honest with you. But he's not from Denton County or the Lantana area.
They're saying he has a violent drug history. Were you able to verify that?
I was able to, through witnesses, talk about a violent act he committed recently against that family member. And there's an indication that he did have some violence in his past. And the only thing I know about the drug use is coming from witnesses who knew him.
Was that incident, do you know if that was ever reported to?
I don't know that at this time.
Was he transported to the hospital, or did he die in the house?
He was dead at the scene, and we're currently waiting on the medical examiner to come take possession of his body.
The Texas Rangers are investigating. Can you just tell us what happens next?
Yes, the Rangers will actually come in and completely take over the investigation. Of course, we're helping with the crime scene under the Rangers' direction. What usually happens in these circumstances is the Ranger will complete the investigation, present that to the district attorney's office, and usually what we do is we take that before a grand jury to make sure that everything's done correctly, and let the grand jury take a look at that.
And the deputies are on administrative leave.
Deputies are on administrative leave, which is routine in these matters. They're pretty shaken up. It's not, they don't take it lightly that a life was lost today. And that's where I've been, is my concern has been with them. And but they're unharmed, and I'm thankful for that.
You may have mentioned this already, but when the call came over, the deputies knew that person inside may be armed?
Yes, the 911 caller actually had started to walk into the residence and overheard talk about putting the gun down, and had exited the residence and called 911. So they knew there was a man with a gun inside who didn't belong in the residence and was threatening the occupants of the residence, and they immediately made entry.
Sheriff, was he allowed to come in the house, or did he just go in?
My understanding is that he just came in. That they were loading something in the garage door was open, and he just came in through the garage door into the house. He was not invited in.
911 call, was that a personal relative? Or?
I'm not sure the relationship, whether it was actually a relative or just a friend who was coming over. I'm not sure that relationship yet.
Is that a call that's made by responding officers when they come to a situation? Not when there's a person with a gun inside a house, officers don't always automatically go in. How is that determined?
Sure. A lot of it has to do with the totality of the circumstances and talking with the witness. She had indicated to them that when she saw the individual, he was sitting down, and they thought that was a good opportunity for, they didn't want to have any loss of innocent life. And, those guys, I stand behind their call. They went in immediately to try to save lives. In my opinion, they probably did.
Do you know how many people total in the house?
I believe there were two. There were three individuals in the house, and then the 911 caller came to the house as well. So you had three people in the house who were being threatened.
So 3 and then
Yes.
the person with the gun.
Right.
Okay. Anything else? Anything else, Sheriff, you want to add?
No, I mean that's when we get we'll release the name of the suspect whenever after the ME takes possession, and we make sure that his next of kin are notified properly. Then we will get that out to you guys, and kind of waiting on the Rangers will have to anything that has to do particularly with the investigation will have to come from DPS and the Texas Rangers.
And the person he was looking for, was that person even here?
Person was not here. Good. All right. Thank you guys.